Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 16, Chapter 1, The Betrayal, Part 12. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Dino woke up just outside of the labyrinth. Well, it looks like I won. Dino let out a happy sigh. His gear was still in good shape, and there was no damage to his body. No, this is different. Ramiris must have been kind to let me go, right? Dino looked at the broken bracelet after he said that. He had bought it at a store in the labyrinth. It was a resurrection bracelet. The resurrection point continued to be above the labyrinth since Dino hadn't recorded a save point. It was left there as a possible way out in case something like this happened. It was meant to be a warning that you didn't give me a real bracelet with an infinite amount of resurrections. But if you wanted to, you could have gotten rid of the whole function, you sweet but naive fool. Dino muttered something sad to himself. He kept the thing made by Ramiris, the person who was kidnapped, as a secret way to protect himself. Dino had no problem doing things that were against his values. Ramiris made a lot of it, even though it was a cheap product that could only be used once. He had put his life on the line, but it looks like Dino was lucky. I guess even after I fall, I'm still an angel. Dino looked around as he thought to himself. He was going to join his friends who were fighting Geld and the others and then run away as fast as he could. He also didn't forget to use telepathy net to talk to Zerio and let him know that the mission had failed. The people who worked with Dino were told to stop the labyrinth from closing again so that there would be a way out. Neither of them could get away until Zerio came out. Since they had failed at their mission, they shouldn't stay much longer. Still, that guy is much too strong. Dino grumbled again as he thought of Zerio. I really can't stand him. Feldway would be very angry, but Dino thought he was lucky to be alive. Still, this is probably the first time Feldway's plan has ever failed. Also, it seems like Cornu was taken out. I don't understand how, but I shouldn't be so mean to Demon Lord Rimuru. Dino felt sad when he thought about what was going to happen next. Since Zerio had turned into such a monster, it would be impossible to defeat the labyrinth in a simple way. All of the top executives at Tempest, including Zerio, were monsters. Even though he didn't know what was going on with Rimuru and the others, he could tell that something bad had happened. I didn't want to do this because of that. Dino wanted to live in the labyrinth in peace and quiet. But all this had happened anyway. Even though it was part of his job, he couldn't stop feeling sad. I'm not sure what Feldway is thinking, but he probably won't give up. But this just can't happen. They probably couldn't have gotten a better chance than right now. Dino knew that there would be no next time now that the chance had passed. And there was yet another issue. I won't be able to go back because we're no longer getting along. For the lazy Dino, life in the labyrinth was very comfortable and easy. Even though it was hard work, it was fun to help Vesta. He and Gabble had become friends and helped each other in different ways. Dino was also happy when the scientists found something new. Dino felt like he was friends with Vesta and the others because they kept him from getting bored. Also, one last thing. Dino was here because Guy told him to. Maybe everyone forgot. In other words, he had been sent to gather information about what was going on in the labyrinth. Dino doesn't think Guy expected much from him, but it was still hard to take. When he's angry, he's a real pain in the ass. To tell the truth, it was very hard. It was just as hard to keep thinking about it, so Dino ran quickly to where his friends were. When Dino got to where his friends were, the battle was at a standstill. Geld, the barrier lord, was fighting against Gracia, a strong woman warrior. It was surprising that they were about as strong as each other. Dino really wondered if something was wrong with his eyes when he saw it. If he's just as strong as Gracia, does that mean he's already stronger than me? You've got to be joking, right? To develop into this, Dino couldn't tell if the blood on Geld's body was his or his enemy's because he didn't know who it belonged to. After all, he couldn't find any sign of injury on his body. If the damage was caused by a mana attack, a healing potion would not be enough to fix it. It makes sense that Gracia's attack would be filled with mana and be meant to destroy. Geld was not hurt by this attack, which could be because he is so good at defending himself or because he has a supernatural ability to heal. While Dino thought about this, Gracia held up her longsword in front of him. The blow tore open Geld's arm and cut through his scale shield. But Geld wasn't bothered at all. He just threw away the shield that was broken and pulled a new one out of his stomach and held it up. Dino saw it. Geld's arm was not hurt anymore. It's ultra speed regeneration. It is so skilled that even Gracia's attacks can heal from it. Even though Dino knew the answer, he was not happy at all. Enough already. You're so hard to please. Are you crazy? You don't even move when I attack you. Is this true? I don't know much about it, but should I have complimented you on your great attack? You're being sarcastic. If I don't kill you with one blow, the cut will heal right away. I should be praising how tough you are. After that, Geld and Gracia went back to their fierce fight. Both of them didn't care about their own wounds and tried to take advantage of the other person. Dino was so dumbfounded that he missed his chance to talk to Gracia. Geld had always been a smooth-talking guy who worked behind the scenes. Dino didn't think much of him because he hadn't done anything great against the Empire. But that was a really bad idea. I get it now. All of the people in this country are crazy. Dino was forced to believe that he had found the truth at last. A fierce air battle was also going on right above Dino's head. It's so annoying to move left and right. I wanted to say just that. You don't even have wings, but you're so arrogant. It's not hard at all to change gravity. Compared to that, this game of chase is getting old. Should we stop now? It's my turn. The strange Kumara and the innocent Pico. Even though the two witchy girls looked good together, their fight was fierce. Pico let out a black thunder that covered the ground and burned its surface. But for some reason, it didn't work on Kumara's environment. From Kumara's point of view, it made sense. Kumara's pet and one of her tailed beasts, the thunder tiger Raiko, specialized in lightning attacks, so it made sense that her defense against thunder was good. This time it's my turn, Kumara said as she walked away. With a smooth motion of her 8 tails, she sent out a series of 9-tailed slashes. But Pico's spear moved in a way that stopped all of these. On the battlefield, a high-pitched sound could be heard. Since the fight was so evenly matched, Dino was forced to raise his estimation of Kumara's fighting prowess. The 12 Guardian Lords, eh? These people are scary. Dino told the truth about it. Not just one of them was a threat, but all of them were. Dino thought it was safe to think that. Dino thought that he and the 2 girls would be enough to get through the labyrinth on their own once the Tempest executives were out of the picture. Feldway had gone to the trouble of sending in 2 of the 3 Phantom Commanders, and he himself had joined the battle. It was a clear win, but the results were obvious. Dino almost got dizzy when he thought about this being true. Both Pico and Gracia seemed to have lost their cool. This could have been because they hadn't fought in a long time. They were still the top-ranking seraphim even though they had fallen. The once brilliant 7 primordial angels were engaged in combat, and it is likely that their pride was crushed. Dino had been through this before, but he had already thrown it all away. You two, fall back. We're retreating, Dino called out. The 2 girls did something, but they didn't seem happy about it. You know, we're just getting started, right? Don't say silly things when I'm about to say something important. Shut up. When you 2 started fighting, this plan was already in shambles. Wait, so the mission didn't work? Oh, yeah, it didn't work. I wouldn't have left if it hadn't failed. The plan was made by Feldway, right? How could that extremely cautious, perfectionist Feldway guess wrong about the enemy's strength? That's how things are. It's impossible. How could the mission still fail with Zerio and Cornu here? Because we lost already. I told Zerio to stop, but it looks like that Cornu jerk was killed. In short, none of the goals were met, so there's no reason to keep fighting. Is that a lie? Really? I just don't see how that's possible. Pico and Gracia couldn't say anything. Geld and Kumara, on the other hand, had proud looks on their faces. Hey, that means you lost too, right? Don't even ask me that. Don't you have the courtesy to act like you don't see? Dino's answer to Gracia's question was short and seemed like he didn't care. Not because the mission didn't work, but because Dino didn't seem to care. No matter what, there was no reason to not believe what Dino said. Pico and Gracia agreed to the retreat because they had already calmed down. Don't think you've won. That's not going to happen. During the fight with me, you were dividing your power to stop the labyrinth from getting better, right? I hope to be in great shape when we meet again. You saw that, did you? I like that. Until then, Gracia and Geld smiled at each other and said their goodbyes in a calm way. On the other hand, Pico and Kumara. Wasn't your name Pico? Today, you get to keep your life. I wasn't serious at all. You're the one who gets to keep her alive. They gave each other a mean look, grunted, and then turned away from each other. Even though the 2 were in very different moods, they agreed to stop fighting. Dino and the others were able to get away from the scene after that.